In today's video, I want to walk you through my go-to backdrops for product photography, where I get them from, how I style them, how I mix and match them, and another option that you may not have thought of for your product photography when it comes to your backdrops. When I take on a project, the first thing I actually think about are my backdrops. What colors do I need? What patterns do I want? How can I mush different backdrops together to create an entirely different scene, and just the overall vibe that I want to do for the brand. I will be taking you behind the scenes as well of how I style a couple of beauty products and show you how I utilize these backdrops and the final results. Now, if you're new here, hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a brand photographer based in Brisbane, Australia, and I've been in this industry for about 3 years now, shooting photo and video content for beauty, wellness, and lifestyle niches. And now I'm sharing everything that I know on both my YouTube channel and my course, Become a Brand Photographer, on how to build a profitable brand photography business, because I know how hard it is to get started in this industry and actually make it work for you. So I hope this content helps you guys, and if you want to watch more of my videos, go over to my channel, subscribe, and go follow me on Instagram, Amanda Campiano, for more behind the scenes tips and tricks. So let's dive into my first go-to backdrop, which are non-reflective paper backdrops. And I get mine from a place called Hypop here in Australia. If you're in America or Canada, I would definitely check out Savage Universal. Now, a big reason I love these backdrops is because they are seamless, and I love going for that clean and minimal look with my product photography. And not only that, you have so much paper to work with, they last a really long time and are totally worth the investment. Now, there are usually two standard sizes when it comes to your non-reflective paper backdrops. There's a 2.7 meter, which is pretty darn long. When I first received my 2.7 meter backdrop, I was like, this is not gonna fit in my second bedroom, and we had to like saw off the edge of it so we can make it fit. And there's a 1.36 meter backdrop, which is pretty much the perfect size. However, if you are doing video content, I would recommend the 2.7 meter backdrop, because usually you need a wider space to work with for video. And because we do a lot of video stuff in our studio, we have struggled a little bit with our 1.36 meter backdrop. So just a little tip there, you can always go for the longer one and just buy like a cheap saw and saw the end off if you need to. For the big paper roll backdrops, you will need a backdrop stand as well, and I'll link the one that I have in the description box below. So we have a newer brand. It's very sturdy, holds it extremely well, and it fits perfectly in my studio. So this is my first setup. I've got my 1.36 meter backdrop roll. I've got 10 meters on this one, so there is a lot of paper to work with. And I've got one light on this side with my softbox, and then I've got another light on here without a softbox. And today we are working with my client, Pony Cosmetics. I adore working with makeup. I think it's so much fun. And I'm gonna show you how I style this scene and the final result. Now, because I have quite a few products here, what I'm gonna be doing is using these blocks at different levels to display the products. So let's start to style this. So this is the final scene I've come up with. I'm really happy with the composition, and because there are so many products, using these blocks in different heights really helps to make each product stand out and stand on their own. And having this seamless backdrop, it is the perfect backdrop for this kind of scene where you have so many products, because you want it to be really clean and minimal so that the focus is actually on the products themselves. Now, my second go-to backdrops are vinyl backdrops, and I cannot live without these in my kit for product photography. There's a couple of reasons. Firstly, they are the perfect size. You can easily roll them up, you can put them under your bed, very easy to store, they're portable, and they're not really going to wrinkle too much. You can get them messy, so you can do water shots on them, smear shots for skincare or beauty. They are incredibly versatile and they look realistic. I get mine from a place called the Everyday Co, and if you are a student inside my course Become a Brand Photographer, there is an exclusive discount you get for 25% off any backdrop in the store. And she's also just released new patterns. I always get excited when there's new patterns out, and I'm gonna show you the ones that I've got recently. Now, in terms of sizing, the Everyday Co backdrops are 60 by 90 centimeters, and I find this is actually the perfect size. I don't need anything smaller or anything bigger. But if you do need something that is custom, you can contact them and they will do custom sizing for you. So this is my collection of vinyl backdrops from the Everyday Co, and these top 4 here are from the new release that she's just brought out. So we've got a blue tile, a white tile, I've got a pink tile, love this one, and a terrazzo. And you can see the quality, you know, you can kind of fold them away, you can easily like roll them, they are amazing. And these are all the other ones I've collected over the past year or so. This is another one of my favorites, the blush like stone look. I've got green, sand, another pink, blue, black, great for food photography. We've got an orange desert, another marble. This is like sticky tape that unfortunately didn't come off. Purple, another pink, another concrete, and another pink. I adore this backdrop, it is amazing. So for this next scene, I'm gonna be using this white tile backdrop here in conjunction with my seamless white backdrop, and I'm gonna show you how I style this. All right, so I've got my scene set, and basically I'm going to be using this vinyl backdrop as the horizon for this scene. I'm going to make it look like these products are on tiles. And what I'm going to do first is just position these kind of how I want it. I'm going to be using these acrylic mirrors to add some interest. I'm going to use these blocks to just help me stand them up. Like so. And I found when you're storing acrylic mirrors now, make sure that you store it in like bubble wrap so that you protect the actual mirror and they don't get scratched. And now we're gonna do a smear shot, so let's have a look at this. All right, so let's open this one. And I've just got a cheese knife here. Just gonna take a good blob, and I think I want to position my product here. So I'm going to do my smear shot about there. Oh, there we go. I think I'm happy with that. And just gonna be popping this back on. All right, so this is one reason why I love these vinyl backdrops, because you can do any kind of smear shot on them and you can just wipe it away afterwards, and it looks super realistic with these tiles as well. So often I put my camera on a tripod when I have to get my hands in the frame, and I pop it on a 10-second timer. So essentially for this shot, all I'm doing is I'm gonna be holding the mirrors on an angle here, just so I can ensure I'm not getting any of my background in the mirror. And I've popped behind here a tiny little aperture MC RGB light just to illuminate that background a little bit more. And I've got a light on harsh without a softbox on the left hand side to help create some cool lighting effects with these mirrors. And then when it comes to wiping off any smears on your vinyl backdrops, I just grab some tissue paper, you just wipe it away. And it's clean. I bloody love it. Now, my third go-to backdrop is actually my wardrobe and using fabric. So for example, here I have a pink satin robe. I also have them in white and navy blue and black. And they are extremely handy to use if you're going for like a bit more of a luxury vibe, because I love the ripples that the satin makes. And when I need something that is linen, I have a couple of options in my wardrobe that will work for those kinds of photos. So look at what you have in your wardrobe, because you never know what kind of backdrops you could create. And the other thing you can do is go to your local fabric store and grab whatever fabric you think will work for your scene. So this one here is a white linen blend, and it's very light and soft, which is perfect. Now I'm currently doing a shoot where the brand I'm working with, their color palette is maroon and white, and I'm like, well, I don't have a maroon backdrop. So what I've done is I've gone to my fabric store and I've gotten some maroon satin fabric, and I think this is going to work perfectly for the product, and this cost me $8. So it's very affordable to use fabrics as your backdrop, and it can give different kinds of textures and more interest to your photos as well. This is my maroon fabric that I've got, and I've just given this an iron, and what I'm going to do is pop a block underneath the fabric so that my product can sit on top of it. This is a beauty tool that I'm shooting for, and I'm just gonna spread that out. I'm gonna create a couple of ripples in this fabric. Actually, I don't want this line. I couldn't get that line out. I put it like maybe here. And then, yeah, let's create some ripples, because that light is gonna really nicely hit the fabric, and I want it to look luxe. We'll just scrunch that up. So this is what my scene is looking like. We've got a light on the left-hand side without a softbox. I also have one on the right-hand side here. And then I've got my whiteboard, which is reflecting back onto the reflective surface of the product. So those are my 3 go-to backdrops, and I hope this has inspired you to maybe get a little bit more creative with your wardrobe or any other kinds of textures that you could use to help create more interest in your images. Now, I'll leave any links to the resources I've mentioned in this video in the description box below, and if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Now, if you want to know more about building a profitable brand photography business, go and check out my online course, Become a Brand Photographer. There are over 60 students inside the course at the moment, and there is a private Facebook group as well where you have ongoing access to myself, and you can ask me questions anytime that you need to. If you want to see more behind the scenes and tips and tricks, go over to my channel and subscribe, and follow me over on Instagram. I would love to connect with you. And if you guys have any other ideas you'd love to see in video from me, please leave them in the comments below and I will start brainstorming some videos for you. But otherwise, I will see you next week.